right, so for this last video for this section, we're going to go ahead and take a look at a couple of additional things you can do as front-end developers. And that's going to be creating what are called theme contributors and context contributors. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what these are. Okay. All right, now theme contributors are additional UI modules that you can create that allow you to package up larger UI resources and actually deploy them in Liferay. Okay. Now the biggest example of this that we have just out of the box is the menu and the panels, the simulation menus, everything along those lines. Those are all accomplished through theme contributor modules. Okay, and those can be modified or you can create your own modules to replace those aspects of the platform. So these are aspects of the platform that are sort of outside of the normal realm of the theme. If there is the case where you need to modify or add your own branding or styling to anything on the actual page, that's obviously done through the theme, as we saw in the 3rd chapter. So these are for some additional aspects of the platform. Edit, 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 edit. So these are for the other aspects of the platform that you may want to provide styling for. Okay. If you are interested in this, this does require a Blade CLI project to create these theme contributors. We have some great documentation on this, so I would definitely recommend going to take a look at the documentation and maybe even testing, setting up some theme contributors and deploying them on your testing server. All right, there are also context contributors that can be added by developers as well. Okay. Now, context contributors essentially allow us to be a bit more specific with what API is available on the platform for our templates. Okay. By default, you have some API that's restricted on the platform. I'll actually show you that here in a second. And if you unrestrict some of that, so what I have in mind is the service locator, for example. The service locator essentially gives us access to database information. Okay. If we completely unrestrict that, then any of our template developers on the platform can write templates. They can get the information for user data, page data, site data, etc. And they can display that in however they want to display it in their templates. Okay. In some cases, that's nice and easy, so you can go ahead and just unrestrict that. In other cases, you maybe want to be more specific. Maybe you want your template developers to have access to specific user information or pages or something along those lines. So the context contributors would allow you to inject those particular variables or that specific API into the Liferay context for your template developers. Okay. Again, this does require a Blade CLI project to do, so you guys can look at the documentation to make that happen. Okay. So just to recap this, you do have the options of adding theme and context contributors. It just adds some more flexibility to the front-end development process. Okay. Again, theme contributors allow you to package up UI resources for other aspects of the platform and modify some of those things. And context contributors allow you to inject certain aspects of the API for your template developers to take advantage of. Okay. So basically, for a whole summary overall, what we've looked at are all of the templates available to us in Liferay. We've looked at application display templates, web content templates, we've looked at page fragments, and then here we've talked about how we can perhaps add some flexibility for that template development using theme or context contributors. Okay. In the last section, what we're going to do is we're going to look at some advanced options for those of you who are interested, creating applications and widgets with some UI technologies. We'll look at SPA, and we'll also just wrap it all up with some best practices. Okay. So thanks for sticking around with us so far. We'll see you in the next chapter.